Hello everyone, I am cryptorenzi and this is your channel for Apex Bitcoin and crypto news. And happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to bring you a special show for the festive occasion. We're going to definitely uncover some Bitcoin alpha first. For those of you still on the fence about Bitcoin and hodling, I have a different approach I want to teach you that hopefully will help you just see and get to where you need to be in this regard. And finally, I have a treat for you. I'm going to do my rendition of Jigsaw. For those of you that stay till the end, you'll get this bonus. I crafted a nifty plot from the Saw franchise series, Jigsaw, as I'm going to put a little spin on it with Bitcoin. It should be fun and entertaining for you, so definitely stay till the end on that. But without further ado, let's jump in. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is something I really don't hear or read a lot about. And that is, there's going to be a new wave of buyers that's going to eventually come into Bitcoin that is ultimately going to push you out for good. That's at least those of you that do not have Bitcoin right now and do not have strong enough diamond hands to fight this off. Now look, there's just basic supply and demand. Most of you that I'm speaking to right now, when you start to see Bitcoin hit 100,000, 250,000, $500,000, are you selling? 750,000. How about $1 million? Are you selling? What is your price that you're going to sell Bitcoin at? Go ahead and put that down in the comments below. So remember, this is all information. This is not financial advice, but I am not selling my Bitcoin at any price because I truly understand the value and the scarcity of this once in a lifetime asset. Now, I understand this can beg and pose the question, well then, okay, so we own the most valuable asset in the world. How do we live on it? How does this correlate to our lifestyle? Well, I made a video of my future and how I see it in correlation with Bitcoin and BlackRock and the banks. And for those of you that haven't seen that video, go ahead and click here for that. The thing about it is there's going to be a new series of buyers that's going to come in as those of you with weak hands start to sell off because higher prices are coming soon. And there's going to be just wave after wave. You're going to really see some high prices, I think, coming in 2025, and then just exponential prices probably around 2028, 2029. I'm talking just beyond life-changing numbers. I've talked to a few people, and a lot of people are like, well, I think of Bitcoin like the stock market. I mean, any asset I own, eventually I want to sell it. It depends on where you at and where you're coming from. But I push back heavily on that because Bitcoin is not an equity. Bitcoin is not a stock. Bitcoin is not gold. Bitcoin is not real estate. Bitcoin is its own special entity. There is nothing on this planet like Bitcoin. And for some of you, that might be hard to grasp and understand. Okay. But I'm trying my best to show you the picture I see in my head, show you the vision and the future plan I see. And it's not just me. You know, there's so many brilliant people that are seeing this. Again, just look at what's going on with Larry Fink on Wall Street. Look at Michael Saylor. Look at these people. Look at Max Kaiser. All of these people, these are people with hundreds of millions and billions of dollars putting their money where their mouth is. And there's just going to be this massive revolution of a new change of wealth coming in the future. And I do believe in this lifetime, in my lifetime, there's going to be a trillionaire. There's going to be the first trillionaire in the world. And whether that's important to you or not, that's not the point right now. But the point is, why don't you get a slice of that? Why don't you get your share? Now, again, how it's going to break down, how it's going to trickle down, none of us fully know. But you need to have as much Bitcoin as you can, because I digress back to the first point I was making. There's going to be a new wave of buyer. There's going to be a person or a group or entity that's going to be buying all the Bitcoin you're selling. And here's the problem. You're never going to get it back. This new group is going to be what's called on the street as smart money. So this is going to be Wall Street money, again, under the Larry Finks and the Cathie Woods. I'm talking just basic Wall Street money. Venture capitalists that are going to come in, that are going to be ready to not look at it as such a speculation. Your individual people that are multimillionaires and billionaires are going to realize, okay, I missed out, but no big deal. I have plenty money to easily still scoop up this asset, even at $1 million of Bitcoin. There's a lot of people that's not a problem for them. So just understand, unfortunately, when that time comes, you're done. You're never going to get your Bitcoin back that you sold. And again, I'm not telling you not to sell it. You do you. But I'm just telling you what I'm personally going to be doing. And if for any reason that narrative ever changes, you'll be the first to know. And I'll go ahead and add another point to that, because I know I'll probably get some questions or follow up on this, which is fine. Please, by all means, put any questions you have down below. As you know by now, I'm more than happy to answer them. I get a lot of questions about, well, what about owning altcoins? What about pumping altcoins to turn and sell Bitcoin, which is a strategy I pretty much use and implement. But you have to understand, I've been trading for well over 25, almost 30 years. It's something I'm comfortable with, but less than 5% of traders actually make money. And please understand, I'm just swinging these altcoins, okay? This is just a strategy I use. I used to trade Bitcoin. I no longer do it once I understood the scarcity of the asset. And I'm going to talk about that a little later in the video, about a different way for you to look at Bitcoin to maybe help you and grasp exactly why it's so valuable, maybe in layman's terms. Just an easy way for you to just understand the vision here. It's just risky to trade to try to get more. 95% of people are going to lose it all, and just be very careful. I'm not pushing or condoning trading by any means. I want to look out for you as best I can. And that's just a very slippery slope that I'd hate to see you go down. Just to sum that first part up is just make sure when you sell your Bitcoin, you're happy never owning it again, because you just never know if you're ever going to get it back or at what price you're going to get it back at. That's another thing to consider. Okay, so now I want to go over a different way, a different teaching method to help you maybe understand Bitcoin a little better. So it's my job to teach you. So I try to frame things as well as I can so that each and every one of you can understand it. Because imagine, I'm speaking to the world here. Obviously, it's a small channel. We're just getting started. But I do have people from all over the world watching these videos, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So it's my job, my due diligence, to make sure I think as well as I can to help you structure in your mind exactly maybe a different way to look at Bitcoin, maybe a different way to get you to come off the fence and start to pack your bags. Now, I want to explain this to you, first of all, in terms of what Bitcoin is and how it breaks down into its unique self of Satoshis. All right, so the way I want to do this is, first I want to explain to you what Satoshis are. So in case you don't know, 1 Bitcoin is equal to 100 million Satoshis. So every time you're in an exchange and you're dollar cost averaging in, whether it's $20, $100, $500, $1,000, you're buying X amount of Satoshis, which continues to add to your Bitcoin bag. So as you can see, it rounds down basically to 8 decimal places. So 1 Satoshi is 0.00000001. And you can see how this correlates down all the way to 1 Bitcoin. And this is an important chart because I think sometimes in life we look at the bigger picture, we feel left out, and we feel like it's just never going to happen for us. Let me dive a little deeper in that. So right now, at the current time of making this video, Bitcoin is sitting at $34,500 roughly. And 1 Satoshi, again, at the time of making this video, is worth 0.0002616 USD. Okay, so that's an interesting way to look at it, right? If you buy $100 US, you're going to get, I think it's around 278,000 Satoshis, somewhere around there. If my math is right in my head, somewhere around that area. It's a better way to look at it when you dollar cost averaging in. Because again, if you're looking at the big picture, like compared to 1 Bitcoin, because remember, 1 Bitcoin's 100 million Satoshis, you kind of feel like you're never going to get there. Let me help you think of it a different way. Just like cold storage wallets, one of my favorites that I've been using is Tangem. Tangem makes amazing cold storage wallets. But why? What's one of the main reasons they're so great, right? They look like a credit card, right? I can grab mine. I have one right here. Huh? Looks like a credit card, right? You know, so it's super easy. It's convenient. You're used to using credit cards, right? You're used to of messing with this. And again, for those of you that are interested in this, go ahead and click here for my Tangem video. I'm driving a point home really hard here. Let's say you're not used to crypto. You have no idea what I'm talking about. But you know, what does this look like, right? A credit card, a debit card, some kind of bank card, right? That gives you good correlation. That gives you comfort. That's why that's a fantastic wallet, especially for people to start with. Very safe, the whole 9 yards. You'll see my full review in the video. But the thing about it is it has familiarity to you. It has a certain level of comfort that you're used to. And the same applies with Bitcoin when you break it down to Satoshis. Okay, think of it like in terms of weight loss. Let's say you have someone that needs to lose 100 pounds. The worst thing you can do is show them a picture of like a professional bodybuilder or bikini model or whatever it is that would make you feel like, okay, great. Like I'm never going to look like that, or it's going to take me years to look like that. See, that's not helping the person. That's not self-serving the person. That's setting unrealistic expectations that can leave you just feeling awful and horrible that, okay, this is just not going to happen. And a lot of times, if all you have is $5 a month to spend on Bitcoin, this may be you. You may feel this way, but don't be discouraged, because that same person that needs to lose 100 pounds, that same person that is comfortable and understanding, hey, I can use this. I just touch this to my phone and boom, I can see all my cryptocurrency in my Bitcoin. How cool is that? I'm familiar with this. The same principle applies if you celebrate small victories. So instead of trying to look like some person in a magazine, celebrate if you lost a pound or two in a day. Celebrate how your shirt fits a little bit better. Celebrate how you look a little better in pictures and selfies that you're taking. These small victories add up to the much larger, grander prize. And so does Bitcoin. So does your dollar cost averaging again. So does counting your Satoshis. So I wanted to just put a different spin on it. This way, hopefully, this will make you feel like you are making progress. You are surging forward. Because don't kid yourself. One day in the near future, every single Satoshi is going to matter. Okay, so obviously you can reverse math and understand, well, for a Satoshi to be equal to $1, Bitcoin would now have to be worth $100 million. But don't kid yourself. Yeah, that might not happen in the next 5 or 10 years, but that could potentially happen. That is a possibility. Even Fidelity mentioned of it possibly hitting $1 billion by 2038. If you can just get a glimpse of what I'm talking about, if you want to change your life, your family's life, because that's the big one for me. Because if you're watching my video right now, you control the keys to your future. And if you have a family, if you have children, it's your job, right, to just take the best care of them. Now, I'm not here to parent you. I'm not here to tell you how to raise your children. But I am here to tell you, you ultimately are responsible. If there's a golden opportunity in front of you that ultimately can impact your family's life, you might want to think about that one. Because in the future, your children could hold you accountable for not helping them, like, why, mom and dad, you didn't buy Bitcoin. Okay. And again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to take out a loan, take out debt, mortgage the house, nothing like that. Okay. We smart on this channel. We handle money intelligently. Okay. But if you have extra money, if you're on a mission, if you're trying to just make up for maybe errors of your ways, if you truly want to rewrite your history of your family, their future, this is the way to do it, in my opinion. This is going to change lives. You pretty much want to grab as many sats or Satoshis as you can. All right. And so now for the main attraction, which you've been waiting for, possibly. My rendition of Jigsaw. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. if you truly want to change. And the irony is, if you want to be poor, then just sit and do nothing. But if you want to be rich, you have to get out of your comfort zone and buy Bitcoin. But if I were you, I would hurry, because with BlackRock creeping in and the halving around the corner, time is running out, and this stalemate of a life you complain about will be your doom. Look around. No, I'm not lying. How much Bitcoin will you buy to save yourself? Let the game begin. Well, there you have it, folks. And for those of you that truly caught that message, or maybe you're horror fans or it resonated with you, you remember how Saw 1 ends, right? Most people are so ungrateful to have money, but not you. Not anymore. Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show. God bless you. And remember, tomorrow's not promised to anyone. Live every day to the fullest, and I will see you next time.